7:30 till 9:45, and let's see what else, volunteers. I mean, there's just so much.
Yeah. If you want to volunteer, they can put you to work.
Oh yeah, that is the best way to say it. If you want to help, there's plenty to do.
Okay.
So.
And you talked about that one activity there, the breakfast, but do y'all have some more activities planned for October?
We do. We've got the kickoff breakfast. We have, our group will be at the health fair, which is on the 1st in the gym, and we will have brochures and information about breast cancer and breast cancer awareness available to the community. On October 6th is the Women in Business Think Pink dinner.
Yes.
And
that's always fun.
Oh, it's so much fun. And here again, Douglas and Coffee County does not disappoint when you see the table decorations and everything that the groups do to support the event, which is to raise awareness for breast cancer.
And they also have a lot of fun.
Oh, a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. This year, we wanted to partner with the Chamber, with Andrea, and they are allowing us to issue a challenge to the groups that are participating, and we are calling it Tip the Guy in the Pink Bow Tie. And so we're encouraging the groups to have their servers, because you know you have the male servers to serve the women at the dinner. So we're having the guys wear a pink bow tie, and if you don't have one, we will have those available, and you can pick them up at the Chamber. You just need to let us know. And the tips that these servers get are that money is going to go, and it's going to stay locally. And here again, our group will match those donations for research and research. So I'm excited about that this year. It should be add another level of fun to the event.
Yay! Okay, well, it is so good that you could come on and be on our show today, and we look forward to it. I mean, like I said, October is always a lot of fun between football and the different events that we have going on, and definitely the Think Pink event. I encourage all businesses and people to come out and go to that, because it is a fun night with women and just fellowshipping together and offering that support that we need. So,
absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me. I enjoyed it.
And we'll be right back. Hi, and welcome back to Douglas on My Mind. I'm Blondell Thomas, and I am here today with Mary Beth Butler, and she is with the Southeast Health District, and we are happy that you're here to join us and educate us a little bit. I'm sure mostly everybody has heard the news about the Zika virus and things like that, but instead of everybody just freaking out right at the beginning when they hear the word Zika, it's really good that you're here to just tell us a little bit about it and just explain things to us a little bit. So to start things off, can you just tell me, what is the Zika virus?
Sure. The Zika virus is a viral disease that is transmitted to people primarily by mosquitoes.
Okay. So do all mosquitoes carry this type of disease, or do they like get infected and then how does that work?
Only certain mosquitoes actually carry the Zika virus, and those are the Aedes species mosquitoes. So those mosquitoes are also the ones that transmit chikungunya and dengue fever that we hear about. So basically what happens is the mosquito becomes infected with Zika virus when it bites a person who has Zika. So then an infected mosquito can then transmit the virus to another person through a mosquito bite.
Okay, okay. So and not all mosquitoes have this, and of course you're not going to be able to distinguish what type of mosquito has bit you. It's really good for people to use like insect repellent and things like that to protect themselves. Is that correct?
Absolutely. We recommend anyone that wants to go outdoors to use EPA registered insect repellent.
Okay.
You can find that list on the CDC and on the EPA websites. That EPA registered. That's what you need to look for. You should also keep your skin covered too if you're going outside wearing pants and long sleeves. And I don't know about you, but I think they even bite through denim now. So even in jeans, it's always good to have that spray on.
Right. Yeah. Now tell me if you think you may possibly have Zika, what are some of the symptoms that would make someone think that?
Sure. Actually, only about 1 in 5 people infected with Zika will show symptoms. And those symptoms usually begin within 12 days after being bitten by an infected Zika mosquito. And the most common symptoms are fever, rash, joint pain, and red eyes.
Okay. So if someone experiences those symptoms, who would they need to go see? Do they need to just go see their general physician? Do they need to go to the ER? I mean, yeah.
I would recommend your first phone call probably needs to be to your primary health care provider.
Okay.
If you don't have one of those, you can always contact the Coffee County Health Department.
Okay. All right. That sounds great. You talked a little bit, and we know that the Zika is spread through mosquito bites or mosquito contact. What kind of Zika transmissions have we had here in Georgia? Because, there for a little while we didn't hear a lot about it. It was just Rio. Everybody freaking out down there.
Everyone worried about the Olympics. Sure. Well, that's a great question. So while we have had a lot of countries with local transmission, Georgia has only seen travel-associated cases of Zika. That means that someone went to a country, they got Zika, and they came back.
Okay.
With local transmission, that means that local mosquitoes have been infected with the virus and are spreading it to people in the area. Okay. So I've never traveled. I haven't come into contact with anyone with Zika. I get a mosquito bite and now I have Zika. That's considered local. And we haven't seen any of that in Georgia. It's only travel associated. That's absolutely right. That's great for us.
Yes, definitely. What should someone do if they have travel plans and they know that they're fixing to be going out of the country? What do they need to do?
They need to do their research. Okay. Always do your research before you travel. The CDC has a list of currently affected areas for Zika and other transmittable diseases and viruses. And the Georgia Department of Public Health also just started a really fun tool. Very interactive. You're traveling to a country. Let's say I'm going to Puerto Rico. Okay. So I click on Puerto Rico, or I find it in the list, and it will tell me everything that's going on in that country. So I know that there's Zika transmission or other things. And once you know what's going on in that country, make sure you're prepared. If you're pregnant, maybe you don't want to travel to a Zika-infected country at this time.
Right.
Or if you're not pregnant or you want to, maybe you need to think about what to pack. Maybe that's long sleeves. Maybe that's pants. If you don't know there are screens on the windows, maybe you need to bring a mosquito net. And also that EPA-registered insect repellent.
Okay. How should residents protect themselves from Zika and other potentially mosquito-borne illnesses? What should they do?
That same recommendation goes whether you're traveling or not, whether you have Zika, whether you're pregnant or not. We always recommend using EPA-registered insect repellent and wearing long sleeves and pants when you go outside. Another thing too is we want to make sure we keep those mosquitoes outside and not inside. So if you don't have screens on your windows, I recommend closing them. Or not leaving your door open and if it doesn't have a screen, those things, because you don't want those mosquitoes to come inside.
Right. Now, besides making you sick whenever you are, whenever you find out that you have Zika, what else could it possibly do? I know you mentioned about pregnant women.
Yes, the biggest risk for Zika right now is for pregnant women or women who want to become pregnant because Zika has been linked to the birth defect microcephaly. So we want to make extra care that our pregnant women are taking care of themselves. Always wear that mosquito repellent. And if you're concerned about what mosquito repellent you should wear or your child should wear, the CDC has recommendations for those. For adults, that EPA-registered mosquito repellent will work, but for smaller children, there may be other recommendations. So certainly check that out before you put anything on your baby.
All right. We've had a little bit of rain lately, and you know, when you have rain, most of the time you do have more mosquitoes, and plus being in South Georgia, I don't think you can go anywhere without a mosquito. But what should residents do to try to prevent mosquito breeding?
That's a great question, because mosquitoes do breed in water. And the certain type of mosquitoes that we're talking about that carry Zika,
Yes.
they actually can breed in a cap full of water. That's
wow.
all it takes. And all it takes is those mosquito eggs to sit there until the right climate hits, and boom, you've got more mosquitoes.
Yes.
So what we would ask everyone to do is what we're calling in Georgia the tip and toss.
Okay.
So that means tip out your water, and before you put it back down, give it a good wipe down. Make sure you've got all those mosquito eggs out of there. And if you don't need it, toss it. If you have an old planter that's sitting there that's just holding water and you know you're not going to plant in that again, just toss it out. That goes for trash too. So that small capful, that could be a cap from a plastic bottle
Right.
that someone threw out. You know, I live on a busy street, so I usually end up with candy wrappers or some sort of bottle in my side yard there, and
Right.
so pick that up as well and throw it away, and just make sure you're not holding that. If you have big bodies of water that you really just can't tip out all the time, even bird baths and things like that, they do make dunks that you can put in the water to kill those mosquito eggs as well.
Okay.
So you may want to get further recommendation from one of your environmental health specialists or home and garden places. I'm sure they'll be able to give you a good tips on those.
Oh yeah, we want to be prepared.
Yes.
If we need more information about Zika, who should we contact?
As far as just learning more about it, the CDC website is a great tool. The CDC, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, they have everything about everything. So I love to go when I need to learn more about a specific illness or virus or things that are going on. I always go to cdc.gov.
Okay.
Also, the Department of Public Health here in Georgia has a very good handle on Zika and getting that information out.
Okay.
So you can go to www.dph.georgia.gov.
Okay. All right. Well, we really appreciate you coming by and sharing a little bit of info for us, and hopefully that educates everyone enough so that you know wear that mosquito repellent, and if you plan on going out of the country, make sure you check it out, and make sure that there's no Zika outbreaks in that country. Again, thank you for being here. We appreciate you taking your time to come in and educate us.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back to the show, and now I have Danny McCarty with me. He is the director of the Wellness Center and Cardiac Rehab at Coffee Regional Medical Center. Thanks for being here, Danny.
Thanks, Blondell.
We are here today to talk a little bit with Danny about the upcoming Community Health and Wellness Day, which was formerly known as the
Health and Safety Festival for the last, it's last 15 years maybe?
Yeah, or the Health Fair.
Yeah, or the health. Everyone still calls it the Health Fair. It used to be the Health and Wellness Safety Fair, and then it was the Health and Safety Fair, and this year now it's called the Community Health and Wellness Day. I changed it a little bit to encourage more people to come out to the event.
Okay. Well, that was my next question, is actually what did happen to the Health and Safety Festival, or what are y'all adding to this, or just tell us a little bit about what's going to be going on this year.
Well, the Community Health and Wellness Day event, basically, at one point in time, we were only having particularly seniors coming just to get the blood work done, which is an awesome deal. It's only $30 for a complete blood analysis, and that has about a $250 value at Coffee Regional Medical Center. So it's a really good opportunity for people to come out and get the blood work done. Well, a lot of our seniors was having that done. So this year I was like, we always have more things than just for seniors. We have things for from children up to to our senior level. So I wanted it to have more of an appealing touch to the entire community, because we're offering a lot more this year than we ever have before.
Oh, great. Yeah.
So
well, with you offering more, then did you